Hello everyone, my name is Scott Campbell. As I was introduced, I am here on behalf of the Voyager project of Ryerson University, and I am a member of Home Free. That is a housing agency connected to the Tromsø Society of Toronto. One of the issues that we as a group have been looking at is housing towards young people. Now I'll get into that later, but first I'd like to explain my issues. Presently I'm 20 years old. I left my foster home when I was 16 years old. I was supported by Tromsø up until 18. Presently I'm on extended maintenance care. But at grade 11, grade 12, I had to go out into the world, market rent, find my own place, and about 95% of my income per month was towards market rent. I didn't have any means of other ways to support myself. Most of my money went directly towards my rent, just to have a roof over my head. My first place, for the first about 3-4 months, I was sleeping on a floor. You know how hard it is to get proper furniture and stuff in an apartment? It's very difficult. My first bed was a air mattress. As to compensate for my monthly income, just to get a leg up on things and take in more money, I had to take up bad habits that I didn't want to do to work to gain more money and hopefully better myself in the financial situation. I realize that now, but at the time, at 18 years old, grade 11, grade 12, just finishing high school. When I look at my high school transcripts, it shows in my marks. As they say, grade 11, grade 12 is the most important years of high school, but those were the years in my life were probably the hardest time. In that situation, I was very, very depressed. I didn't care about myself. I didn't care about others. I didn't care about property, and I didn't care about life in general. It's pretty much survival. When you're in that type of situation and you're worried about how am I going to get by today, you don't have a long-term plan for tomorrow. You don't think about next week. You just need to do what you need to do to get by. That's it. Luckily for me, I found a hand, and I reached out, and I got connected to organizations and stuff that I was unaware about. But as of 19, I went to. It's very hard to get a job as a young person when you're coming up. People look at your resumes, your experience and stuff, and as a young person, teenager, you don't have much experience in anything, but you gotta keep on trying. But you could try, but it's easier to go one way than the other way, or the wrong way than the right way. So right now, I'm connected to Voyager Project with Home Free, and we're looking at different ways to look at housing issues towards young people. And one of the requests, I and my group have thought of, is Crown wards and social wards are competing for market rent presently in a large, vast population of all of Toronto. We need our own housing list, so it would be a smaller competition to get units, and we need more units. If you walk past any youth shelter, all those youth out there, they're all in the situation that I was. You know, they don't know, most of them probably don't know any better, and they need to, you know, get places and get connected to be somewhere. And Voyager Project is, you know, trying to get those types of people, social workers, crown workers, into post-secondary. And one of the issues is housing. If you're in an unstable housing situation in youth shelters, in you know, market rent, you can't even feed yourself. How are you going to make it through school? In high school, I had to explain to my grade 12 teachers why I'm missing assignments, why I'm missing class. It's hard to do, but you know, it was pretty much excuses. Yeah, but it's life. You know, some people are in more fortunate situations than others, and you know, as everyone knows, the poverty gap continues to grow. So for every person that is lucky enough to be in a better situation, there's 20 other people that aren't in a very good situation. So a solution that the Voyager Project has come up with as a proposal towards the provincial government is to possibly get connected with post-secondary institutions, because tuition itself is expensive, and when you have an ambition to go to a certain school across the province, across the country, dormitory accommodations is an extra 10 or 11K tacked onto your tuition. So the provincial government should come up with a system where they could get subsidized dormitory accommodations to post-secondary students in these types of situations, so they could have the dream and it won't be crushed to go to the University of British Columbia or go to you know, a university in Windsor, because it just costs a lot more money. So another thing is that housing lists towards social wards and crown wards should be addressed, hopefully within the next year, as soon as possible in my opinion, and more units should be put up to accommodate for young people in low rent, because young people at that point in life, if they're depressed, you know, it leads to a lot of other things, and that just isn't right in my opinion. You know, thank you very much.